Ken, I will commit to you that I will look at the staff, I will look at what our spending is. I think I do have a problem. I had a problem the first year I went on in 2002 of $1 million of tax money being given away. Of course, that covers the volunteer rescue squads and stuff like that. Some of it's in need of all citizens. You know, as you tithe your churches, that's your personal tithe. I think as we give to some entities, I don't think government should be involved in that. The economy is down. We certainly hadn't had the permitting processes that's been going on in the recent years that we had in the past. I don't know where the staff level is. I think some people has been, let go, laid off. I think we need to look at everything and see where we can cut. And I will commit to you that I will look at that and see where we can cut the budget and do my best to cut it and not raise taxes in the process.
Okay. Did you have a follow-up, sir?
Well, to follow up about I read in the paper today about the fire department within 5 miles of every house. And
I'm going to have to speak up a little bit.
Oh, I'll repeat it. Well, go ahead, speak up.
The fire department within 5 miles of every house in western North County. And I was just wondering what the cost of that would be. Maybe put a pen and pencil to what that would be. I just happen to be in the insurance business, and I know that if your ISO code drops two classes, you might save $2 a month. And then that's not going to be a permanent impact due to the hailstorms that we had last year. Rates are going to go up anyway. So that's government trying to control something that they can't control. And I think that's what a lot of us are talking about here. To not choose, if I want to live in protection class 9, then I'm going to have to pay higher insurance rates. Let me choose. I mean, that's fair for me to do that. If I want to live in a protection class 4 in York, then I move there.
So the question is, I guess having a fire department, this is for both of you, within 5 miles of your house, is that feasible, and what's the cost to that? Wouldn't that raise the cost of the budget in York County, or leave it the way it is? So the question is, he thinks that will be too expensive to implement.
Can we ask one question of him?
Yes,
Does he live in the city,
you.
or does he live in the county?
The question is, do you live in the city or county? He lives in the city.
Okay. Does Steve go first, or right?
You can go first.
It's okay. All right. Guys, I live in the city. I live in the town of Sharon, too, which is a municipality which does not pay the rural fire tax. Okay? Everybody who else lives in the county, David, Frank, Shirley, I know you guys pay it over there. What I was trying to do was put a fire station within 5 miles of everybody's house to reduce their ISO. If the station was built at Matlock Drive, that would have reduced them from a 9 to a 4. Okay? So you're an insurance guy, you tell me the math. It's a lot more than $2 on a $150,000 house. Let me finish though. With that being said, that money's been reappropriated or is being on hold for a training center. But it was about $3.1 million that we appropriated. I had 6 votes on that motion that night. It's a good program. There's some fire people in this room today. I'm not going to tell you I can save every product out there because it's a time deal. You got 9 minutes. It's just like when somebody's drowning. I got 5. Unless the water's freezing, I might get 8. It's a time thing. Okay? But if I could give you something back for the people who are paying the tax, and it didn't cost that much to achieve that, would that not have been something for those people that pay the tax?
Okay, thank you, Mr. McNeil.
I think it would be in real world, I don't think it's feasible that we can put a fire department within 5 miles of every house. I just don't think the cost of that is way yonder more than we can afford. The buildings alone would be too much, and then if you try to base it on a volunteer basis, then your response time is even less. And if you try to go full-time, it's going to be even more. Because the county has no full-time employees for its fire unless you're in a fire district. Now, when I was on council, we worked out a contract with the city of York to cover a 5-mile radius around York, and they needed 3 full-time employees to do that. We've come up with an agreement that the county would pay for 2. So we give we the county, you the taxpayers, give York, city of York $52,000 a year to pay for 2 firemen full-time. And that response time, our ISO rating went from a 7 to a 4. mine did too. I live 3 miles outside of York. They respond to my house, and they respond to everybody's house. And they're the first responders. They have full-time help. And if we need a fire department in Cotton Belt, a little further out than the 5 miles, we need a fire station on 161 towards Rock Hill. I think we can, I would go back to the city of York, put the buildings in. We need to purchase some more equipment, but renegotiating the contract, if we need a couple, 3 more employees, 4 more employees, you take $100,000, you put 4 more full-time employees on, and you have the fire stations. A whole lot less costly than putting fire stations on.
Okay.